What is up, my friends? My name is Echo Through Me, and today I'm back with Lady B, and we're going to be talking a little bit about her experience over in Germany for the Town Hall 12 Update War, as well as some sneak peeks on Dreamhack that's going on this year. But first off, I want to let you guys know everything that we're watching today is going to be taking place in the recent, or actually the current war going on between Kronos and War and Glory in the NDL. Lady B, what's going on?
Not much. How are you? I'm excited
good.
for this one. It's like a long time coming that we've been able to sit down and get this together, but I really wanted to tell you all about the trip and some of the stuff behind the scenes, and I'm really excited to talk a little bit about Dreamhack and what's hopefully to come with that.
I'm excited too. I've definitely wanted to talk to you about the whole Germany trip for a while, and like you said, it's been a couple of weeks, but still not many people have been on YouTube talking about it or been out there, so I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, want to hear about what's the experience like working, you know, hand in hand with Supercell out of the country, doing some cool stuff like that with some other cool content creators that you kind of met or met up with along the way. So why don't you start out by just telling us some of the highlights from the event? I mean, I know a lot of people saw it, saw you and some of your insane attacks, but how was it?
It was an amazing experience. I can't say enough. I've talked about this on my streams, and I honestly can't say enough how fabulous it was from a few different standpoints. I was floored that they even asked me. I had no idea that I would be on the Supercell radar for something like that. And B, I'm losing when I talk about this, I get so excited and I lose my train of thought because it was like a whirlwind. But I was able to we flew out to Germany, and I'm in a German clan, and I was able to meet some of the players that are in my clan and players that I've known from the German community. So it was really like an awesome experience. I'm going to say amazing and awesome a lot with this because that's what it was.
Well,
so if I don't have any other adjectives for it other than amazing and awesome, I'm sorry, but it was incredible.
So we could just stop talking about it here. The trip was incredible, amazing, and awesome. That's
no, there's so much more.
So who are some of the people that you met along the way that were, you know, exciting that you want to talk about, or amazing?
Honestly, I was just in awe to meet everybody that was out there. I met YouTubers that I didn't know quite so much about, but I met YouTubers that I've known and watched and seen on Twitter and known the kind of work that they do in the community. Itsu, I have to say off the top of my head, because I've known him from the war community. I've known him from his streaming and YouTube, and also from the Supercell events. I'm such a fangirl, and Itsu's in my clan now too, so it's like so weird to be a fangirl for someone that's in your own clan. But he's an incredible player, and the experience of not only being able to meet him, but to work with him and see how he goes about breaking down bases and talking about attacks. It's just such a different experience when you're sitting with someone right there and watching them teach other people and teach you and talk about these things. So that was probably one of my favorite moments. Meeting Keisuke. Oh my god, I'm a fangirl of Keisuke too, because anytime I watch the Supercell events and I see Keisuke, he's like the highlight for me. He's the one I want to see there. And
why is he so great? What is it about him that makes you just so excited to see him?
It's just his personality. You know, what I think was really different from what I thought that it was going to be like is he's very quiet and very reserved when in person. But as soon as those cameras come on, as soon as they say his name, he's out there and he's like a showboat. I absolutely love that, and I can appreciate it because it's the opposite of what I am. Those cameras come on and I'm like, oh my god, don't look at me.
Instant
but
shy.
He loves it, and he like bathes in the glory of those cameras being on him. He's an incredible human being, and we had an awesome conversation. He doesn't speak English, but he had a translator there, and we were talking between the translator. And I had told the translator I was so excited to have met him, you know, to be meeting him. And his translator said he's very excited to meet you too, and that his fans were going to be excited that he gets to say that he got to meet me. And I was like, really?
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool.
And of course,
Godson. I got to meet Godson.
That's where I was going next. Yeah.
Yeah, Godson and I had this little rivalry going on because we were Town Hall 10s together. And he broke my heart on that base, so he's the official heartbreaker. But I did get a little revenge. Any good woman's gonna get.
You had that nasty attack.
That breaks her heart.
That attack was sick. I love it when Klaus, he just went crazy when you dropped that giant, you know, that just saved your attack. Beautiful attack. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool.
That was Itsu's idea. I have to, like, Itsu keeps saying, no, take the credit, you know, it's your timing. But Itsu was the one who said, hold that giant, wait for it, and drop it in front of that wizard tower. And he's like, you need to time this perfectly. And I'm like, oh no.
The threat was there, but you did it. You got it done.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
But meeting Godson was really cool, and we actually flew together.
Mm-hmm.
So he had wound up taking a flight into the New York airport, and that's where I first saw him. But I was a little timid, like I didn't want to approach him. I thought it was him at first. I'm like, wait, I know that guy. That looks like Godson.
That's funny.
I wasn't sure. And then we get on the plane and he's in business class with me. And I'm like, okay, this probably is Godson. So I started messaging him, but I don't think he had his phone on, so he didn't see it until later.
You're not supposed to message in the airplane.
Well, before it took off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
Before it took off, I messaged and I was like, is that you, Godson? And it was kind of creepy.
Yeah. I see you. I'm watching you.
I was like, look over 2 rows up and to the right.
That's funny.
But we wound up, once we got off the plane, I approached him. Mm-hmm. And we were travel buddies from there, and he is quite the gentleman, I will say.
Nice.
He was very chivalrous, and he was helping me with my bags, and like trying to carry them for me, and I was like, no, it's okay. But he was the gentleman, and he just took my bags and he was helping me out. So
good man.
Yeah,
well, that's
absolutely
exciting that you got to meet those people for sure.
Yeah.
And like, how was the whole production aspect of it? Like, you're there because you're being featured on this live stream video for Supercell. So how was the experience, like, actually working with the developers and the community managers of Supercell and the whole, like, process of putting together a show for all of us to watch? What was that experience like?
For me, it was more than a dream come true. Honestly, I have a TV and video production background from college. Like I focused on TV production and video editing. So seeing a live event like that, where, I've worked doing like live TV production, it was so much fun. I mean, it's a little different the way this is done in the video gaming world, but not really all that different. Meeting the community managers really only solidified how much passion there is that goes in behind the game. Talking to Marika and Darian, you know how dedicated they are to keeping this game going for everybody. It's hard for them because there's so many different factions within the game. You have your farmers, your hardcore war players, your trophy pushers, but all in all, they want this game to be fun and exciting for everybody who plays it. So it's a hefty balance, but they love this game and they put a lot of time and commitment and dedication and thought into what goes on in these updates.
And that's cool to see that passion is there with them, because as content creators and as a Twitch streamer like yourself, we hear a lot of people that love it, but we hear a lot of criticism about the game too. So it's cool to see, as some people decide that they're going to move away from Clash of Clans and play other games, that there's still so much dedication behind the development part of the game that, people like us that are deciding to stick around and stay with Clash and just continue doing what we're doing. It's nice to see that it's still there, and the love for it and the dedication to it is still there on the developer side for a game that's pushing 6 years right now, which is pretty insane for a mobile game, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
And I know you can't see the attacks that are going on right now, Lady B, but I'm in Kronos watching this amazing Town Hall 12 Electro Dragon attack with 5 freeze spells against War and Glory.
Nice.
You're gonna have to watch this back when the video drops, because it's pretty insane right now. We were just talking about it in the Spring Trap the other night, about Electro Dragon attacks and not seeing them, but this is literally the first one I'm seeing, so that's why I had to,
No, and it's nice because I know those Electro Dragons, they do some nice work.
Yeah,
it's just, I think it's really a learning curve getting used to them because they're so slow. They're like sailboats with not a lot of wind.
Yeah, it's crazy how I'm watching them move now.
You just have to kind of let them sail through and kind of learn their flow.
Yep. Well, it was cool. It was a cool one. So watch that when this video actually goes live.
I will.
So any last things that you want to mention or kind of highlight from the event before we move on to our next topic of discussion? There's
so much. I mean, I I wanted to put out my own video on it, but I just couldn't organize all my thoughts to get it like in a video and talk about it. So I'm glad we're doing this just to highlight some of those things. It really was, for me, it was about being able to showcase what I can do from the war community standpoint, meeting so many people that I've known and worked with or seen, watched, people behind the scenes, getting to see the production of this, what kind of work. I mean, it was long hours. We had, I think, a 13-hour rehearsal day the day before the live stream. Yeah. And then we had rehearsal again in the morning beforehand. And it was so everything would be perfectly perfect, which I can appreciate.
Perfectly perfect. Yeah.
It's perfectly perfect. I used to have a boss who always said that, perfectly perfect. And I like that. I can appreciate it because, you know, there's a lot that goes into this, and you want it. You want it to showcase at its best, and you want everything to be right. And I like that they do that, because from the community managers, it shows that's the same thought process that goes into what they put into the game as well. So from a production standpoint of how they're showing things, and from the game standpoint of what they're doing. And people might disagree with what changes happen, with what's going on, but I think they all need to know that there's love behind it.
Right. It's not just throwing something together to put out an update every year.
Yeah.
I got you. Before we move on to the next topic, our little teaser that we're going to have, I want to remind everybody that we do check out the comments that you guys write on these What's Clashin' videos. And we were just talking the other night about one of the best comments that we've probably ever gotten, and best suggestions maybe ever in any of my videos, to be honest, about an update idea. And just briefly, that was talking about the ability to drop down town hall levels if you wanted to for war, and that opens up a whole opportunity for different type of leagues, fun events, and stuff like that. So just want you guys to know we are looking at your comments. So if you have ideas, we could literally make a whole episode of What's Clashing around your comments. So and I think we should do that about that one comment, Lady B, in an upcoming video.
I would love to do. Yeah, I would love to talk a little bit more about that. I talk about that so often. I really want to see that implemented. But I know, like you said, I don't know if it's a possibility, because that could take a lot of work on the back end of the game. It could. And be kind of impossible or make it too laggy, but
it can open up so much, though. We'll talk about that. Maybe our next What's Clashin' episode, we could talk about that. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so now we have a teaser. You want to take lead on this this little teaser we got right here for everybody?
Yeah. So maybe I won't explain it perfectly well, and I don't know that I have like all the details and information, but it's still exciting to talk about. There was a couple months back a Dreamhack event, which is it's kind of like a very small, I want to say underground type event, because I hadn't heard of it until then. But it was done in France, and it included 4 different clans that were there. 3 French clans and 1 German clan. It was actually DL, Dark Looters, that had gone out there, and a big former CWL clan. They came back out of retirement just to do this particular event. So Dreamhack is one of these things where you have a bunch of different gamers from all different avenues going to play, and it's virtually an esporting event.
Yes. And
Clash had their own little section in it. I'm very excited to see a push for Clash to go into an esports style event. And they're doing another Dreamhack in Montreal coming up in September. Yes. So I think it's something to look forward to, in possibly seeing some more Clash of Clans going towards that esports realm with short format wars in a tourney style.
I love it. That's going to bring life to the game.
And I know it's already under works of trying to get some teams together and putting media together for it to make it a really awesome event. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more Clash in esports.
Any chance you'll be taking part in this event in any way, Lady B?
I hope so. Yes. I would love to. I'm definitely hoping so.
So basically, Lady B and I are working on, we're in talks with maybe being able to be part of the media side of the event, which would be pretty darn awesome, to get involved in the whole esports side of Clash of Clans and gaming in general, because really that's what we love to do. So that was just a little teaser of what's to come and some possibilities for her and I over there, which would be really a lot of fun. being able to just get involved in all that great stuff. So that's it.
Yeah.
Anything
I'm
else?
excited for it.
Any last things you want to say before we close out?
Oh, why? Oh, you know I hate this part. I
know.
never have anything good to say at the
Ever.
end. Ever.
All right, so you have nothing to say.
I want to go play that. I want to go play that game with you today, and I don't know if you're gonna stream it or not.
Oh, I am going to stream it. Identity 5.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
By the time this video goes live, me streaming it's already going to have happened. But Identity 5, I mean, a little side note, it's this new game that just came out. It's a horror mobile game, and it's not just like, but it's similar to Dead by Daylight, which is a PC game, and also I think on PlayStation or something. I know that BBXH plays it all the time. It's a lot of fun, and it's really creepy, and it's something completely new to mobile, which is why I'm excited about it. And yeah, I streamed it the other night, and I had so much support from my Clash community, which was cool, because you know Clashers, they like Clash of Clans, but this was something so different and so out of the norm for mobile that I think it opened some eyes to something new, which was cool. So I'm going to be streaming it again, and by the time this airs, it's going to have streamed, but I'm going to stream it more than just this one time. I plan on doing it a bit, just casually on the side, obviously not taking place of Clash, but it's a lot of fun, and it's something completely different, you know, so I'm going to do it. And hopefully you could team up with me. I could team up with a whole bunch of you guys out in the community, so if you do play or want to try it out, it's called Identity 5, and you could find me in-game, echo through me, and I'm sure on Twitter I'll be sharing my handle if you want to add me as a friend in the game. So that was an extreme side note, but I guess we can close the episode out there. Lady B, thanks so much for catching up with me. I know it's been a couple of weeks since What's Clashin', but we make it happen when we can, and that's what matters, right? Absolutely. Yep. And where can the community find you? You can definitely find me on Twitch. I'm there at twitch.tv/ladyb_clash. You can find me on YouTube as well. I will be working, I say this every time, I'm going to be working on trying to get some content out on YouTube. I will try and make it a priority coming up soon. Work is starting to settle down a little bit, so once it does finally settle down, I can dedicate a little bit more time, especially with CWL kind of under wraps for the season until the new season starts. But you can find me on YouTube, Lady B Clash, as well there. Or just on my channel, because she'll probably be on my channel more than her own. Let's be real. But, alright guys, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the episode. It's always fun to hook up here with Lady B and just talk about whatever it is we want to talk about in Clash of Clans. But I appreciate you guys coming down and hanging out. Remember, you can always find me on Discord or on Twitter. The links are in the description below. And remember, guys, I'm coming out with Clash content for you every single day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. But that's been it. I'll see all of you guys back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good. Be good.